Alright, beginning the tour, we start with one of two externals. They each have a garage door and a single door and have the same upkeep. I know that windows are stronger and that having disconnectable TCs is preferred. However, for the purpose of simplicity, we will not be using them in today's base. Moving through to our compound gatehouse, one of two, we have very nice peaks in towards our compound and also nice peaks outside. These do not use embrasures and therefore save some metal frags that we could then use to upgrade the base. Coming through into our compound, you can see we have very nice wide gaps with 360-degree coverage. There is no room for grubs to hide, as you will be spotted from any of these little slits. These are very simple to build, so don't panic if you're not very experienced. Now here we have our chute to the roof, or at least to the shooting floor. This is nothing too fancy here, but we can check that out better later. Coming through onto the exact other side, you'll see we have our main entrance which leads towards core. We have these windows for early game in the event that there's grubs at your door, and we can also place a shotgun trap under here if you feel the need. Coming through to our second floor, you can see we have multiple boxes here. We also have our research table and repair bench, providing us with plenty of storage and all the essentials that we need for our base. Coming down to core now, you can see we have 4 small furnaces, plus a lot of boxes and our tier 3. Now this is the way I designed my cores for 1x2s. Feel free to change this up however you like. You could easily fit more bags, remove furnaces, and fit even more or even more boxes if you feel the need. Here, our main TC upkeep is shown and is definitely manageable by even a solo. Now this base, definitely not the most expensive raid, I admit. However, it is so simple to build and suitable for nearly anyone. Continuing to our bedroom floor now, you can see it's definitely a bit scuffed and nowhere near as glorious as a lot of other base designs. However, even a small box can fit an entire full kit plus extras in it now, and this is definitely suitable enough for a base of this size. You can rearrange this however you like, but I'm trying to demonstrate the purpose of this base being simple and that anything here will do. Here we have our large battery, not the most defended one in the world, however definitely enough for this. We have 2 turrets in here. This is extremely extra, and if you're near endgame or if you're an electrical genius, either way the option's there. Up here, this leads to our ankle biters to the roof, each covering our 2 front doors that give us roof access. This doesn't give us full 360-degree coverage and isn't the greatest peak ever, but it definitely is better than fitting a locker here. Now, coming onto shooting floor, you'll notice that the upkeep has changed. I added these floor frames, these wood ones, not expensive at all, totally personal preference, however I feel like they're a must. You can use these for the crouching meta to shoot far away easily, and you'll have a much better time shooting a fob. As you can see now, the wide gaps, just as good as I demonstrated earlier. The coverage is just incredible on these, and I love them. Now, shooting floor is separated by walls rather than just doors. This way, we just can save a bit of cost on metal frags and just separate our jump ups to the roof. However, before I go up there, I will just run to the other side of the shooting floor and show you the chute that I mentioned earlier. This chute, while putting the ladder hatch up, fixes this flooring so that you can stand on it properly. And coming down here leads you straight into compound. I'm going to fly back up because that's easier. Now, coming to one of the 2 jump ups that lead to our roof, nothing fancy going on here. This is all it is. However, I do like this roof because it's very simple and nothing fancy happening. You have some nice little angles in these. Depending on where you're looking, I'm sure you guys could find even more if you looked hard enough. But demonstrating here, nothing wrong with it. Very basic and gets the job done. You also have these turrets here for coverage. Nothing too crazy once again, but that is all. Okay, to begin the base, start by placing 2 squares and a triangle to be a generic 1x2. Seal in all the roofs, and you can place single doors here or double doors. I use double doors for late game. I'm using garage doors now just so I don't have to upgrade them later, so your double doors will be fine. Place the TC in the left corner. I place a large box against this wall here, and then we do another one like so. If I could, there we go. Alright. I'm using tier 3, just if it's very similar to any other workbench, place whatever you have, it doesn't matter at all. You can do this all in any order, of course. There we go. I place my bags like this. And here is a decent starter for your base so far. Now, make sure you upgrade everything whenever you can. I like to make sure it's all armored. I am doing the final grade though, of what I upgrade everything to, so you can gradually upgrade, it's fine. I armor this point here as well because it's quite a weak spot at the base. And now I'll begin expanding, once again going to the final grade that I'd use. And I'll make that sheet wall, and now in the semicircle area, it's roughly the same raid cost. Okay, don't place your frame like that. There we go. Alright, we want it down here like that. Place some more doors. Now we can build up here, the start of the next floor. Now I place a half wall and a triangle here just so I can fit an extra box on it later. Now remember, you can be doing this all in stone for the start, just make sure you upgrade it later on. In here, we gotta make sure I place the door. You gotta place the garage door before you place these boxes, otherwise you have to pick them up later to place the door. Alright, a little bit finicky, but we're fine. Managing. There we are. And that's the starter of your core. Now coming out to here, we can start on the second floor now. Especially with making a jump up. I'm honeycombing this as part of the jump up first. You can do this with stone. You'd want to sheet metal it later on though. Come around here and I'm doing the same. Just like that. Come around to the other side. Alright, now for our jump up. Very simple stuff right here. Just like this. That way, you can come up here. Now I'm going to sheet metal all of this as well, but seal in your whole roofing like so. I wall this off here and it becomes our jump up. I place an extra triangle here for more loot storage. Now, we can place another loot room in here. Make sure to add doors, use whatever you've got, just so you don't get early game raided. Now, if you have glass windows here, I like to use them, they're cheaper. However, you can use those shop fronts, it won't matter at all. Double door or garage door here also doesn't matter in the slightest. I'm just using this for convenience. Now, up here, I'll show you how to place everything in this room the way I did on the tour. Remember that you have to place the doors before placing these boxes, otherwise you have to pick them up. Using the research table, we can place everything a bit nicer than what we usually would, with a bit of scuffed jumping. And just like that, you've got your second floor complete. Alright, heading to the back side of the base where we have exposed walls, like armored walls. We're going to honeycomb this in. I leave this part as stone as the raid cost will end up still being the same really as raiding through anywhere else. Now this becomes our chute to the roof. So it's not necessarily the best honeycombing or anything, but it will suffice. Now we can't seal that in any better until we build up higher, but we can place walls on it like this. That garage door does block it a bit, so you have to find the right angle. Start building up the rest of your honeycomb. This side, we can just place a frame around here. That needs to be sheet metal as well. Oh, at least further, in my opinion, it needs to be. Alright. Make sure we add honeycomb to the rest, as this will also become part of our shooting floor later on. Forgot to build up a second floor here. There we are. Doing the same here. Make sure we're placing that extra triangle to seal off the roofing of it. And just like that, we've completed our honeycomb. Now, coming up here, we'll seal all of this in. Personally, I'll sheet metal this, as it makes it harder to break during a raid. I'll place the last square for the letter hatch here. Now you can place these the moment you have them. Fly through for convenience. And now over here, now I will be sheet metaling all parts of the shooting floor other than the frames that hold it up, as I also find it to be a bit cheaper to make the base with. And up here, I will sheet metal this just to make it so that the jump up's a bit safer. We'll be walling this up. I'm placing single doors here and also here. This is where we're going to have our little ankle biter for the roof. Now I would be sheet metaling this roofing as well, just to protect you from MLS a bit better. Single doors, there they are. Now, you can fill this in with frames as much as you can. You don't necessarily have to have all these doors straight away. I place doors on this up here so that we don't have to peak both sides of the roof at the same time. Okay, now your base should start looking similar to this. And then once this done, we can work on our externals that we're going to use for the wide gaps. Placing a square, a triangle, a square, and then another triangle just like I have. We can then place two squares off of this, and then a triangle at the end. Removing everything we've built so far, we'll go stand on this and build back in half-moon triangles. Removing that one, and placing a square here, and then a triangle here. Remove the rest, and place another triangle like so. And now we work on our external. I'm struggling apparently. There we are. And before I forget, we'll make sure that we connect these frames just so that they don't decay once we build it. Now immediately just here on the first square, I place two triangles off to the side, placing the walls. And this will be our gatehouse. Very easy. Building another 3 squares forward, and then a triangle, and then I like to sheet metal that one, which is what the PC sits on. Now this part, feel free to do this however you like. Since I'm trying to make this base very simple, I'm going to place just the door frame, like I did in the tour. You can make this a window, it's stronger, however I hate having to auth my teammates, so I'm not going to bother with that. Coming back this way, we can now either start working on the wide gaps, or what I like to do is we come around to this side and we start working on the other external, just in case someone tries to grief us. Doing everything the exact same as before, going back a half moons, and then a square, and then a triangle. Moving everything again, placing like so, square, triangle, connect with frames, build a square, your gatehouse yet again. Now you don't have to do this gatehouse part straight away, you can just snap down the externals, that's fine. Another 3 squares. There we are. Now, to do our wide gaps, come here and place a square, followed by 3 triangles, a square again, and then another 2 triangles. And don't break that one like I did. Placing frames on all of the inside, repeating the same on this side. So square, 3 triangles, another square, and then another 2 triangles. And removing these ones on the outside. And there's the start of your shooting floor. Now building these up, these frames only have to go 2 high. Building them all on the inside. And that's one side completed. Going around to the other, repeat the same steps. 3 triangles, square, 2 triangles. Removing all the excess. And doing like so. Oops, and there you have it. So now we can come on the shooting floor and start filling in all of these square slots, attaching only to the frames and not to the base. Easy. Oops, don't make it wood. Now go around the whole shooting floor placing windows. Then fill in squares just right above where you place the squares. After this, you can place triangles above where single doors are. Now this part, you may accidentally mess up. I've done it plenty of times. So we're going to come on this side and wall that way. I like to have to jump up away from the door just to make raid cost maybe not so much higher, but a little bit safer, as the door's over here. And then this is the jump up, so that they're separated and harder to blow up. Coming up here, place a door. Now, actually I do prefer a double door up here, it doesn't necessarily matter. Now we've seen we jumped up on that side, so dropping down here, seal that off. And there we have the next jump up. See, everything's starting to, come together, and we can peek both of our front doors. Now, whilst we're on the roof, we may as well build up the last few touches, placing a roof ramp on the half walls, making sure we're sealing all the triangles, getting another roof and placing it on the squares. Another one here, then you get roof triangle, placing it on them like so. And then, oh sorry, I forgot I haven't said this triangle in. Doing it again, placing this on the other raised, half wall, and then go back to roof triangles, and then finish it up with a regular roof. Now over here, where the turret pods are, okay, build up however you need. Go to turrets. Now I'm aware I didn't show a turbine in the tour. I actually forgot about that. So I will show you how to build one regardless, or at least the tower I would do. Now I'm flying a bit, you can build, making this quick and easy. Now that they're sheltered, what I like to do, I get a ladder over here, come up here, placing 2 frames, I go about 2 high, placing a triangle at the top, and making netting with rope. Where is it there? Coming down again, placing it, jumping up, and then placing the turbine. Whoops, sorry, not on that side, with the triangle there. And usually it should be nice and easy to place. Just apparently not right now. There we are. You just may have to go on a bit of an off angle. And then, there you have it. The majority is done. All that's left is placing embrasures on all the windows. We need to make the compound, which I will show you a nice easy way of doing. I'll go to there. All very simple. Now this part's totally optional. You don't have to place these ramps out of wood. I just like to do it because, oops, there we go. Because I just find that they're easy to shoot the fob with. So, all up to you. Personal preference. They don't really cost much at all, so I don't really see much reason not to. But that's up to you. Okay, let's keep some symmetry going. There we go. Make sure everything's done. And then this is what the base should be looking like. So I'm not very good at this whole panning thing. Alright, now for the compounds. Down here, we can stand in either entrances, stand on the edge in the middle. I grab the compound wall, and then I look as far away as I can and place it. I come on the sides, placing more walls just in a straight line. So it's a bit more of a square compound, but it's a great size. And off the gatehouse, just placing it square. It may be a bit dodgy how you build it, but for the most part, this idea generally works. Coming around to the other side and doing the same. Standing in the middle, looking far away, and just like that. That's a much nicer corner than the last. Compound complete, and the finishing touch. Here's how I personally add metal barricades. So I actually place another triangle. Now, since they don't quite cover everything, I'll angle them diagonally like this, just to prevent people from being able to crouch through. Don't fall off. That's not what you're supposed to do. And just like that, it generally covers the whole thing. And then you just remove these triangles once you're done. Repeat over here. Like this. Can be a bit scuffed. It will not matter. If they really want to get in your compound, they'll just ladder in. And there you have it. Pretty simple overall. For the last finishing touches that I just thought of, I place my battery here. For the window, you can seal that in however. And then, as I said, place your bedrooms however you'd like. It's totally up to you. And then that is everything. Thanks for watching.